Cuteness. Japan is obsessed with cuteness. So much so that the word for cute in Japanese, kawaii, is used mainstream and even in North American culture.
I have these kawaii cubed fruit charms.
Okay, the theme is kawaii, so I love kawaii things. Okay.
Kawaii, so pretty. So kawaii. Oh, so kind. Thank you.
And so today we're going to be trying 3 absolutely adorable and cute plushies kit from Japan. Previously, we've done Japanese craft kits that had just the cutest characters ever, whether it was sewing a plushie, making absolutely adorable pins and buttons that are Kirby style, and even food. And so the kits we have are 3 different price points. We have the Pikachu or Pokemon plushie maker. This one was about $15. Next, I don't even know what to call this because I feel like I'm going to struggle with this one. And that one was about $21. And coming in at close to $44, we have something called Kurumaru, which we have visited in the past, but this is a whole new kit, so I'm curious if it has changed. Let me know in the comment section below which one of these do you think is going to be the most amazing and which one do you think is going to go in the trash. My vote for the best one is probably the Pokemon one, and my least hopeful one is likely going to be this one. I don't know why. It petrifies me. It scares me. Will I fail hard at it? I don't know. You're gonna find out in real time like me. Starting off with the $15 no-sew plushie kit. And I'm not sure what this means because it just says, oh, MYKOTO. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe it's supposed to be the word for mascot. I'm not sure, but it's absolutely adorable. We see a chibi Pikachu. We have a Piplup, Rowlet. These are just 2 mice. Okay, you know what? Let's just see if they're actually all Pokemon or maybe random animals. Maybe they are Pokemon, I'm not sure of. And I absolutely love this idea because they tell you can even have a little baggie and display all your little plushies. You can make a whole batch of plushies and it just looks like they're all these are Pokemon? Am I behind? What are these 2 mice? I'm so behind. What are these? I'm so confused. What generation? I feel so old. And again, we get more of the cuteness plushie factor on the side here with all the different designs. We have Esper as well. And this looks to be basically the same thing. And in the back, we have instructions. So we're gonna get there, but first, let's see what we get inside. And here's what we're getting for $15. It doesn't look like much, but it's more than enough, I think. This is quite hefty, but we'll get there. We have a wad of stuffing. Is it called a wad of stuffing? A bunch of, it's like cotton. It's like cotton, a swab of stuffing. We also have the non-sewing sewing machine. Aha, how does this get used? Oh. It doesn't look like it closes much. That's the range of motion that we're getting. So that's gonna be interesting. And I'm curious how good the hold is going to be too. And then we get a decoration for our little sewing machine. So y'all know we love stickers on this channel. We're all about the stickers. You know what, let's just do it. All right, let's peel you up. Ooh, that sounded good. And then, oh gosh. I'm looking through a little lens here. I don't want y'all to yell at me. Do not yell at me. I'm very sensitive. I'm just a baby. Hang on. Hang. Ooh. Is this right? Nope. No. Don't stick too hard. Please. Uh-oh. No. No. Well, at least we know it sticks well. But please, no. Please. Okay, I'm gonna focus here. Give me 2 seconds. Looks like we only get 1 chance. Japan is like, you messed up? That's on you. Okay, hang on. There we go. There. Did it. Is it going to stick on forever? I don't know because I messed it up. But now this one. Let's listen to that. Yes. And the previous mistake I made is trying to start from the back. Always start from the front. Like a so. Like a so. And like a so. Beautiful. We'll never talk about the second part. And then we have this entire pack that just seems like a bunch of, it almost looks like bandages to be very honest. Let's check it out. Ooh. Oh, they're individually wrapped. Yeah, they're individually, I wonder why. And you can see here what I'm talking about. It really does have that texture of a bandage. You know what I mean? That one here, not the band-aid, but bandages that you wrap your wrists or something with that texture over here. Kitty Editor knows exactly what I'm saying. That's why Kitty Editor put the right image. Kitty Editor, come here. People gave you so many snacks in previous videos. Feel free to give your thanks to everybody, because I know you've been saying thanks behind the scenes, but you have this time. Go ahead, Kitty Editor. Let them know how you feel. You're adorable. Now get back to work. So here we have a Kawaii Pikachu. Oh, what is this atrocity? What is happening? Oh, I think it's like a donut, because we have an ice cream, we have a lollipop. I think this is just a donut. I was like, what happened to his face? Nothing, he's just a dessert. And here we have Rowlet, Rowlet's butt, Piplups, Piplup's butt, Pichu, Pichu's butt. Oh, we have Scorbunny. I love Scorbunny. So we have a bunch of different Pokemon around here. Some of them I really don't even know who they are. If anybody knows who these mice are, I don't think I've seen them. I'm not familiar with them. And then there's this fire looking one that I'm also not familiar with. So definitely educate me in the comments below. Otherwise, here's all the different designs that we're getting for our mini Nonso plushies. So let me know which one is your favorite. Funny enough, I don't see any instruction papers. So you know what? The instructions were the box. Give me a second. Give me a second. I messed up. Aha! Got it. Imagine you're an absolutely adorable, magical creature roaming, enjoying your time in the forest, and then suddenly, a darkness cast by Nyx, the goddess of the night, takes over your environment. Well, this is the premise for today's sponsor, Midas Merge, an absolutely adorable Merge 3 game, where you get to merge strategically both creatures and items to harness the sun's energy to dispel that darkness. Now, not only do I like
Creatures of Darkness,
I equally love absolutely adorable creatures like the ones in Midas Merge. And not only do you get these adorable critters, but you can evolve them into different stages to help you defeat Nyx. And my current favorites are the Globies. Just look how absolutely adorable these glowing creatures look like. They really do look like turtles and glowworms somehow. And I'm really excited to see what a Sedgehog is going to evolve and look as. And as you can see, you have so many different opportunities to find these creatures, evolve them by merging them together. And throughout the story, you get to unravel Nyx's mystery as you merge sunbursts and these creatures to brighten the garden and free the adorable inhabitants. Some of them are just trapped and you need to get them out. And you know what else is absolutely amazing when it comes to Midas Merge is that it is free to download with no dead ends. And yes, you can play it offline. So no Wi-Fi needed. So what are you waiting for? Check out my link in description, or conveniently for you, a QR code to download the game again for free and be one of the first 100 grains to get the game via my link and receive a unique Mox Fox level 1 that will be named Nerdy Crafter. Yes, you get a creature called Nerdy Crafter. So don't miss out. Download now, again with the QR code or the link in description, as well as pinned comment. Thank you, Midas Merge, for sponsoring a portion of today's video. And the instructions are pretty clear. For some reason, it's telling us to cut the mascot with the sheet already on top of it. I'm not sure why, but we're gonna follow the instructions. And then we remove the plastic sheet, and then we make sure to align the character back and front. And then we should be able to do the little pinchy thing on the top parts. And then we should be able to stuff it and then continue pinching it. And if we wanted to, we can make a little collage of the characters sticking to each other. I think we're gonna try a basic one first, and then we're gonna try sticking characters together. So let's start super basic with this adorable Pikachu. And as they mentioned, it's funny because my first instinct is just to take this whole thing out of the plastic, but we're gonna follow instructions. So we're just gonna take the Pikachu out. I am confused. Is this going with that? I think so. Okay, so I think we're gonna have to cut this part out. Let's cut you out. We got it. This is actually way thicker than I expected it to be. Almost there. There. And now we should be able to get it out, right? Very nice. And again. Maybe not. Maybe I should cut. Now I know why they want us to keep the plastic. It has a little bit more of that resistance. And the material does feel like bandages. 100%. This feels like a self-adhesive bandage. I'm gonna go ahead and cut around this. I'm not liking the plastic there, to be honest. You know what? I'm gonna remove the plastic, at least for the first one. And then for the second one, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So that way I have a better experience of how it feels. Okay, actually, you know what? I think I know why they don't want us to remove it from the plastic. Because it feels self-adhesive, I think it's actually going to ruin the piece. So we're gonna stick with plan A and cut it through the plastic. And so as cutting it, I have to say the plastic is as annoying as I thought it would be because it just kept bundling up. But at the same time, it was kind of making it harder for me to see the lines. Then again, my other complaint is that the pastel colors are a little too light, so they were hard to see. And I just went ahead and did the exact same thing on the second one, which is just the checkered background. All right, while we're here, let's see if they are self-adhesive. Oh, they are. They absolutely are self-adhesive. That's why they want us to carefully put them together, kind of like this. So I'm just gonna stick the two pieces I don't even know what I'm doing here. Is this even right? Or is it supposed to be this way? No, that way. Okay, I just didn't cut them equally enough because it's so hard to see. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. That is really hard to see. I'm just gonna try and get the ears aligned. We're just gonna work on the ears here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna stick them together. Remove this backing. The sound's coming out of this. And then this one. Cute. Very cute. I just wish the colors were a lot more darker just to kind of pop a little better. Okay, our next step is we're going to take some of the stuffing. They didn't give us anything to actually stuff it with, so I'm gonna hope that my pencil is good enough. We're gonna try and get, hang on, maybe it's too much. I might be overthinking it. I'm gonna do this. And they said not to put too much, otherwise it's just going to come up. Wait, do I even need to? Hang on. Do I even need to sew it on first? Okay, I'm just gonna put it here. And then I'm gonna put it here. Okay. Because it's self-adhesive, it's a little tricky because it feels like it's already taken care of itself. So I'm just gonna put it on like so. And we're gonna push the edges together. Voila. Oh, that is terrible. That is absolutely terrible. That is nowhere near enough stuffing as I would like. Let's just put more. Let's just put a little more. I'm gonna shove it in there. Yeah, we have space. Look how much they gave us. We clearly have enough space. And I don't think we need a pen. We're just gonna stuff it in there. Very nice. There we go. Oh, that belly is empty. We have space. We have space. I feel like I'm like Pikachu. Go eat it. Just eat the stuff, Pikachu. I mean, so far it seems pretty forgiving. So we're just gonna get down to the belly. Oh, that is not forgiving. Hang on. Is this good? I think this is good. Ooh. There. I think this is okay. We still have some stuffing sticking out here. Okay. Now I'm hoping this is going to make some magic. So now it just says to go ahead and click around. Okay. I don't know why I'm so doubtful. All right, let's do this. And let's hear that click. Is that it? Is that it? I don't know if anything's happening. Where's the magic happening? There's nothing sticking out or pushing in. There's a little bit of a grill in here, so I guess we'll just do it. I'm not convinced. Are you doing something? I don't know. Okay, why is this open? Stop it. Let's see. Okay, you know what? This is open. Let's go ahead and put this in here and see if anything's gonna happen. Did you do something? Oh, it did do something. It did do something. Interesting. Okay, we're just gonna do that around the edge. And so I went around the edges, and some parts that were a little more poofy because there was extra stuffing in there actually ended up closing up well, and I was super surprised. I was very focused on those clicks. And ta-da! This looks absolutely adorable. It feels pretty secure, but I'm pretty sure if you pull it, it's going to rip. But at the same time, if you look around the edges, it looks absolutely phenomenally closed up. And if you do want to tear it, I guess you could, but just look at this. I'm trying to pull it, and it's not. So you have to put a significant amount of force in order to pull it apart. I have to say, this is super cute. Not sure I would call this a plushie, maybe more like a mini pillowcase. But let's go ahead and do another one where we merge the characters together. Okay, there are no instructions of how to put these together, but I decided I wanted a Scorbunny and Esper together, so I kind of cut the crevice here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew them together right away. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but let's go ahead, pull this, and that, and this, and that. I don't know if that's gonna work, but we're gonna just try and install the characters here. They're kind of staying though. And I'm just gonna take the little sewing mechanism. Oh gosh. I mean, it's staying. You know what? No, that's not gonna work. I think I got myself in a pickle. I can't get the insides. Maybe if I bend it, that's gonna be bad news. No, we're not. Nope. You know what? We're just gonna hope that the bottom and top stay together well enough, because right now, look at that. They're staying. So they're friends. Now we have the backing for Score Bunny, like so. So far, so good. Now we're gonna go ahead and put the stuffing. And as per usual, we're just using our finger to push the stuffing all the way in there. This is where it's going to get tricky. I'm just going to put this to make sure that it covers the entire esper, because this part is definitely going to be bigger since we cut off extra bits. I'm just gonna put it in the back, like so. And we're gonna add some stuffing in here. And this is definitely a much smaller piece, so we're not gonna have too much stuffing to put inside. Oh, I am worried. I am worried. Okay, like this. And it's definitely coming up from the back. We need a technique. They do not give us a tutorial for this. So I'm wondering if I take a sharp pointy thing and push it in, if that's going to help any at all. And the answer is kind of. We might just need something sharp pointy and push the fabric into each other. Yeah, that seems to work. Okay. You learned a technique. The sharp pointy thing is always useful. Which means if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Don't make me wave it at you. It is effective, so it means that you will subscribe if you haven't. And we're just gonna cut off all the excess little bits so that we can do it better once we do the little punchy thing. Voila. This is actually pretty tricky. And now we're just gonna go all the way around with our little clicks. I don't know how this is working, but it is working. And you know what? For $50, this thing is keeping me busy. I've been at this for approximately 45 minutes. It's keeping me busy. There's definitely value in it. And ta-da! This looks absolutely adorable. You can see that it is definitely holding on to each other very nicely. If I wanted to pull it apart, I could just rip it, but that could be basically anything. But at this point, it is holding on. See? It ain't coming off. And these are super cute. I'm going to have to give this kit a solid 8 on 10. I just wish the colors were a little bit more intense, saturated, but otherwise I did have fun. Our next challenge is going to be a bunny plushie. Now this kind of looks like an amigurumi, as some of you are very familiar with knitting and textiles, but me, I struggle. Okay, hang on. I don't know what we're doing. I don't understand. Do we get pictures? I got you? I got you? Yes. Wait, how do I do this? Is that it? Am I doing it? So this really genuinely petrifies me. I don't know how it's gonna work for me, or if it's... I'm scared. There's no other way. I'm so scared. I need your love. I need you to hold my hand. I need you to tell me, Jackie, everything's gonna be okay. And based on the cover, the bunny looks pretty significantly big. Either that or this person is significantly small. I'm going to guess the size should be approximately 5-ish inches. Don't ask me why this is like 5-6 inches. That's my wingspan. And in the back, it looks like we get a lot of yarn, some kind of coils, stuffing maybe? Not sure. I'm really hoping this, oh, there's a machine. There is a machine involved. Yeah, there is a machine. Okay, so scared. But before we start getting worried and in our own feels, let's see what we get inside. Okay, box is broken. Uh-oh. Did I mess up? Did I need to buy the machine separately before buying this kit? Bruh. Hang on, let's double check. Okay, I am just doing a translate right now. Oh no. Oh no. So it does say here, main unit sold separately. Okay, which means I'm gonna put this aside and I'm gonna go ahead and order the main unit and we're gonna try this. And I checked online and this is not a cheap device. It looks like we would have to pay approximately $45 to get the actual machine, so stay tuned for that video. So in the meantime, let's check out Kurumaru. And the thing about Kurumaru is that it's not your typical plushie, nor was the Pokemon one. And this one is kind of a hard plushie. They look soft, they look adorable, and maybe they actually changed their formula and it is going to be soft, but you and I are going to find out together. And I just love the variety of animals that we can get. Looks like we can get some kind of chick. We have a tanuki, another kind of bird. It looks like we have a dauk, perhaps, and then some kind of colorful creature. And I'm guessing this is a squirrel of some sort. I'm not reading the names, so some of you might be reading names that Jackie is saying it wrong. I know, it's okay. How else am I going to get your attention? And at $43, it makes it our second most expensive kit because the previous one, we paid $20 plus we have to pay another $45. So there's that. Oh, and one of the things I noticed is that we can actually make a little alicorn. I do want to make an alicorn. I think it's adorable, but I kind of want to add a little bit of color. We'll see if we have any kind of creative freedom or if we have to follow the exact instructions written in here. I'm a little confused, but let's first see what we get inside. We have some really solid pieces for the base. It's funny because they kind of look like that fake shoe measuring thing that you stretch shoes with. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure Kitty Editor knows what I'm saying. Right? Kitty, please. I know you got my back, right? But we have 3 of these, so it looks like we can make 3 plushies with this, which is pretty expensive for the price. And then we have pieces of cloth that have numbers on them. So for example here, oh my goodness. Okay, that is definitely a nice color shift. We have numbers 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna find out what these are for later on. We also have some accessories like nose, mouth, and then some eyes, I'm guessing. And then we have the pokey tool that we can go like that for the plushie. And here I'm guessing we have instructions. It has been so long since I did the previous kit, but something tells me it's going to be more or less similar. So here's a map, which they've already pre-cut it for us, so I don't know why we have it. And bam, we have the instructions in black and white. Were the previous ones black and white too, Kitty Editor? We're gonna need you to do flashbacks. And here are the instructions in black and white, which I absolutely despise instructions in black and white. And then they also give us the template of the different accessories, whether it's the leaf or tail or ears and whatnots that we can use from the felt. I want to know where is that alicorn, because is it an alicorn? Or is it a Pegasus? I think it's a Pegasus. Some of you probably already yelled at me because it has a horn and wings. Some of you already probably typed it in the chat and you're like, edit, I see you corrected yourself, I will forgive you. I know some of y'all are typing so quickly that by the time the next part comes in, you're like, oh, okay, you fixed it. I will forgive you for now. I know you. Okay, so I did a quick Google Translate. I'm sitting up because I feel a little betrayed because it says here, combine and make your own from things you can find at home. So basically, there's no actual set for the alicorn. The Pegasus? No, alicorn. Alicorn! Oh my goodness, I am so good. Oh my, I'm gonna be reading the comments. I am so going to get it. So we don't have the stuff to make the flying horse. You happy now? When in doubt, if you know you're going to get yelled at, just take it all the way. Life advice from Jackie. Okay, I kind of want to check out the felt because the felt is going to be the accessories for the creatures, and we definitely saw, oh my goodness. I think this is what we can make the horn with. Look at that. But we will need glue for this. I don't know if we're gonna have to use glue, but maybe I want to use glue. We're gonna see if we can get there, but this is a nice little sheet. And then for the felt, we have green, pink, and a beige color. They really cheaped out on the felt. That's all we get. Not happy about that so far. And the instructions tell us that we just have to follow the numbers of what's written on the base of the plushie itself. So let's check this out. And yes, it does show us that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's likely the order in which we have to make our character. Then we have 6 and 7. And we just have to follow the instructions until we get it in, and then we cut the pieces of felt and technically just insert the pieces of felt where we need them. It looks like no glue is needed. However, if we want to make a cone with this beautiful color shift, we're actually going to have to use glue. So I'm gonna pull out some glue and see what we could do here. But let's start pretty simple and go with a chimkin. However, I'm going to make our chimkin slightly more colorful than this over here. I mean, we have a beak, so why the heck not? So according to the picture we just saw, the chimkin is technically all white. However, what I would like to do is get a different color down the center and maybe the body. So maybe, what is the front here? Number 3, can we get a different color? Let's see what number 3s are. It's not offering us much. We have beige, we have yellow, we have white, and we have a very dulled down color. Let's go with yellow. I'm not happy about this. I would have loved to see maybe red or blue. I don't know. Let's check the other colors. Oh, looks like we do have blue on number 4. Okay, interesting. But for now, we're gonna take, oh gosh, I'm mixing it up, aren't I? I'm mixing it up. Let's start in order, Jackie. What about one thing at a time, Jackie? Oh no, where does this belong? I think this is number 4. Okay, let's not mess up. That's a very typical me thing, so don't be a Jackie. And number 1 and 2 are in the back. So let's check out what colors we have. We have blues, whites, and pink. Let's go ahead with white. And now we need our pokey tool. And now we're going to align number 1 with number 1. And I want to make sure that we use our knife not this way, but that way. So I'm just gonna find the spot. Oh gosh, oh boy, okay. Oh my goodness, that is really hard to use. I do not have the strength of a Japanese younger person. Oh, that is way too short. Okay, we're gonna have to pull that back. Okay, let's try this again. Where is it? Ugh. Okay, there we go. So I think we just need to push these in. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think we have our delimitations here. Now we can shove these in. Ugh. This is luckily not a sharp thing. I would injure myself profusely. All right, let's get these tucked in. I definitely went way too much in the center, so I'm gonna have to make sure that I don't forget these sides that need to be tucked in better. Voila. There we go. And there we go. So far, so good. Once you get the first part in, the rest kind of just follows. And I went ahead and did the exact same thing for number 2. It's just basically a repetitive movement here. And so basically the rest of the steps were the exact same. Also, my hand is a little sore from all that pushing and going against that little tiny sliver of a hole to make it happen. But so far, here's what it looks like. And I think it is pretty soft. It's just really dense. It is not a plushie you cuddle up with. It's more of a plushie that you can use as a paperweight. And we do have number 8, and I am definitely debating putting another yellow at the bottom over here. So let's give this a go. We just have to gauge my spaces. They gave us so much. Okay, I think this is a good gauge. And now we're gonna shove it. Ugh. I'm so tired of poking. This is not for weak hands. This is definitely for muscular strength. You need some muscular, you need some strength here, because you can see me in real time trying to make this work, and I am using this motion. I'm not like, oh, let me push it. I'm like, let me get at it. It's not this one. It's that one. Not this. It's that. So I'm just here doing my best. And it is cute, but holy shrimp, it requires so much strength. And I really don't see, what age are they saying? Japan? What age are you saying? Japan? They're not giving an age. They're not saying, I don't know, 8 up. They're not, unless I missed it. If you see it, let me know. Because the only way I can see this working is if you are an adult. Come on. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right, I'm gonna finish this up and let's get it accessorized. I'm actually pretty tired with this. All right, now we have this paper that has all the little cutouts that we can do with the felt. And I went ahead and cut out all the little bits for the chicken. Now they do say to use this, but being the crafter that I am, I'm like, maybe I'm gonna use it for something else because it's way too pretty to use on a chimkin. I love chimkins, but I'm just saying, I love this for other things. So I'm going to attempt to fit all of these pieces on the pink felt. I'm pretty sure there's enough space. I'm just gonna have to Tetris it. Now I'm gonna trace it, and really there's nothing special about tracing it. I'm hoping this pencil is gonna work, otherwise I'm just gonna go over it with some kind of Sharpie that I have later on. And now we're gonna cut it. And that part, you know what it is. Let's just hear that savory sound of cutting through felt. All right, now we're supposed to put the pieces together. The thing is, okay, there we go. So we have the top part for the chicken's mane. What is it called? Kitty editor, let's get some education here. Education time with Kitty. And we're just gonna shove it in. Voila, it's not in place. I don't know if it's gonna be stable enough. There we go. And now we have the space for the tail. I don't know if we're going this way or that way. I feel like this way is better. So let's shove that in there. It doesn't, I don't know if I was too optimistic with the previous kit. I'm not sure what rating I gave it in the previous kit. Kitty Editor is gonna remind us later on, and we'll see if my rating still stands or if I have become more jaded. Especially as this technique is really hard to actually push in. And now we have the little wings. So we're gonna shove you in here. One wing, two wings. Voila. And now we have the little accessories for the eyes. We get to shove the beak first right in the middle. That's cute. And then we have the little eyes. Now I don't know if these eyes are supposed to go with this beak. Oh my goodness, that is cute. That is cute. And here. Oh, you are adorable. And here's what it looks like. I have to say, oh, why did that move backwards? I have to say, as cute as this is, it's still very stiff and hard. And I feel like it could have benefited from maybe a no-sew type kit with something a little softer and floofier. And I don't know, I'm not digging this. It's not my favorite thing. I'm going to give this a 5 on 10. Let's do a rewind here and see what I gave the previous kit the first time I made it, since it was my first experience. So I'm going to rank this a solid 8.5 on 10. And I just wish they had made some adjustments because that video was a couple of years ago and this one is newer. So I feel like they just didn't add to it. Definitely room for improvement. And as much as I would have liked to make that flying horse, I'm gonna say flying horse because now I feel like I'm just gonna say it wrong. It's the alicorn. There's the alicorn, there's unicorn, and there's Pegasus. Okay, they're on the screen right now. But that's going to require me to actually have some fluff and some glue and more white of this thing, which means I would have to disassemble this. So stay tuned for a modification video on this. If you want to watch more interesting craft kits, make sure you check up here. If you want to catch something different like Temu craft kits and mystery boxes, make sure you check down here. Until then, I will see you guys in the next video.